What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Grow, Live, Dream. I'm your boy, LeVar Robinson, and this is my brother T. Hutton, a motivator. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, I am doing great. I am excited today about the show. I'm excited about life today, bro. Today is a good day. Woke up early, new day. You know me, every day you wake up is a good day, so I am excited. How about yourself? What things looking like out that way?
Man, absolutely amazing, man. I can't complain. You know, it's not super sunny, but it feels good outside.
It's cold here.
What'd you say?
It's super sunny and cold.
No, it's not super sunny at all. But look, check. I'm excited about this topic today. Not another traffic jam. Listen, I promise you guys, once you guys get off this call, you're gonna be like, all right, cool. I can go, I can hit that traffic jam, but it's not a thing, man. Talk to us, T. Hutton.
Man, so earlier today, man, I get in the car and I'm driving down the road and it just hits me, man. I'm looking at all the signs on the side of the road. And they got this, you know what I'm saying? I seen a sign that says end of work, end of road work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing that I hit this at the right time because usually when you hit road work, you run into a traffic jam. Mm-hmm. And anytime we normally come up on the traffic jam, we like, man, not another one.
Not another one.
Hey, not now another. Like,
man. Straight up.
Like, and it's funny because we do the same thing in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because in life, we hit traffic jams. So picture this. Let's frame it for him, LeVar. Everybody in life is going somewhere. There's a destination that you're headed to. Whether that's a better career, whether it's financial freedom, an education, a relationship, your spiritual journey, everybody has a journey of their own heading somewhere. And at some point in time, we all run into another traffic jam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that you say that. You said we all run into a traffic jam. So the interesting part about what you just said is, though, even though we all run into traffic jams, only a few of us in life, in real life, wait that traffic jam out.
Yeah. Because some people hit the traffic jam and they start asking themselves, is the destination worth it? Mm-hmm. Should I, it's funny, like you hit a traffic jam and it's like, well, man, maybe I should just leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you get on the highway, you about to take a road trip with your family, and then there's a bad accident or something on the road, and you get out there in the traffic and you was like, look, we don't need to be there till Saturday. Maybe I'll just leave Saturday morning.
That's right. That's right. And you have a lot of people that are going through this. So with that being said, for everybody who jumps on here, y'all make sure y'all share, comment, make sure that y'all like and love, right? Participate with what we got going on, guys, because we absolutely love bringing you guys the energy and bringing you guys the nuggets and knowledge. All right. So now with that being said, there's a lot of people, T. Hutton. I mean, I will tell you, I've come across so many people who feel like they shouldn't have to go through a traffic jam. They feel like they shouldn't have to go through a traffic jam. They go into the why is me and why me. They go into all these different things instead of saying, hey, look, it's part of course.
Yeah,
it's part of course. Right. So what we're talking about today, when we're talking about just life in general, things that you're going to go through, T. Hutton, tell me, like, what are some of the different places in life that you may see people go through traffic jams?
Man, you can go through traffic jams in every area of your life. Like I was mentioning earlier, one of the things you might say is like you're on your way to get your education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything is going good. You've actually been making progress working towards this degree. And then all of a sudden there's either a shortfall in your funding. Maybe you no longer qualify for your grants that you're getting, or maybe something happened and you had an emergency during the school semester that caused you to end up on academic probation or suspension. Life happens. And that's just a traffic jam. That's just something that slows you down on your way to your destination. And the point of saying this, because see, what most people don't get about a traffic jam is, it's not that you are halted or that you get sent back the opposite direction. It just slows you down. It delays you. Yeah, I used to hear a preacher say all the time, delayed doesn't mean denied.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
Delayed doesn't mean denied.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
And I used to get so excited when I used to hear that, because I personally have so many delays in my life that I can look left and look right and be like, okay, even if I go this direction, there's another delay. Even if I go this direction, there's another delay. There's so many delays in so many aspects of our lives. It's just traffic jam after traffic jam. And that's the point of our title, LeVar. Not another traffic jam.
Not another one, because there will be another.
There you go. you get frustrated when you run into them.
I love it. I love it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and put this up here. The amazing Valika Jessica said, is the destination worth it? Absolutely. So that's something that each individual has to ask themselves. Like, is where you're trying to go in life, is it worth you going through that traffic jam? Is it worth you getting out there and moving? Is it worth you not stopping, getting overwhelmed at the fact that it happened and, oh my God, it happened again? Is it worth it? I say for my life, you best believe it. You best believe it. I mean, we're going to go through some things and we're going to get frustrated. Listen, it happens. We human. Boy, what makes you different is your ability to say, you know what, I might be frustrated, but guess what? I'm going to keep moving.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Remember the Temptation song? Keep on trucking. Hey, look.
That's right.
You know what? And so here it is. So you're out here on the road of life, right? And you're headed to a destination. Let's say that you are saying, you know what? I'm going to start this new business. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to become an entrepreneur. I'm tired of working for corporate America. I'm tired of somebody else controlling my life, controlling my time. I need to take back control of my life. Let me get out here and take control of my life. So that's what you do. You go out here, you go down to the courthouse, and you file the paperwork. You take them your money, you file the paperwork, and guess what you hit, LeVar?
Traffic jam.
Because you got to wait for your business license to come in.
That's right. That's right. But I need it now, T. Hutton.
No, you can't get it right now. Traffic jam. Okay, let's say you make it through that traffic jam, because here comes another one. Make it through that traffic jam. You're moving forward. You got your business license. Now you go out to storage, you know what I'm saying, open up a bank account, a business bank account. Guess what you need? Your EIN. Guess what? Traffic jam.
Go get that EIN with everybody that's on here. If you got a business, if you thinking about a business, go get your LLC. Go ahead and get that EIN. Get that stuff out of the way, right? Because one thing that I will say is this: there's certain things that we can do to prevent certain traffic jams, and I just wanted to give y'all that real quick. If you got a business that you want to start it. All right, go ahead and get the LLC, get your EIN, all that stuff out of the way, and put it to the side. That way, you're not a part of this story. Go ahead, Tia.
Hey, man, I'm just giving you a scenario, man. Like, there's so many different aspects of life that we run into traffic jam after traffic jam after traffic jam. That's even right. In relationships, even in marriages, we run into traffic jams, because what you don't know is that although you're headed down a journey of your life, your partner is heading down the journey of their life also. And sometimes their journey can give you a detour for yours.
It can impede.
And it's not that they're trying to give you a detour for yours, but they can give you a detour for your journey, because their journey may take them in a different direction than yours were taking you in. And that's life. But what happens is life has traffic jams. And what we're trying to explain today is that not another traffic jam is because another one is coming, but it's how do you deal with the traffic jams when you see them? How do you deal with the traffic jam when you're in it?
What are you even thinking when it hits?
Yeah.
What do you even think? What crossed your mind, right? If you guys believe in the law of attraction, if you believe in being able to kill dreams with your words, and even the thoughts that you keep, at night when you're by yourself, what are you thinking? I think we got to start training ourselves, C. Hutton, to start really minimalizing the impact of that traffic jam, because we can make that traffic jam bigger than what it actually is.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, definitely. And I think what happens is this: we're running down the road and we're going at 100 miles an hour, right? We're speeding because we're trying to get to our destination. You know why we're trying to get to our destination, LeVar, and why we're speeding?
Why are we speeding?
Because we're running behind. And why are we running behind, LeVar? Because we told ourselves we were running behind.
Because we told ourselves we were running around. Come on, man, you're talking. What's up, Gerard? What's up, Amanda? What's up again, Malika and Heidi, Gavin? What's happening with you guys? All right, go ahead, jump right in, man. Look, they done told
If you're watching this live right now, if you feel like you're running behind in life, put in the chat, I'm running behind. And then we're going to tell you why you're running behind. Because oftentimes, LeVar, let me ask you this. Have you ever been running behind for an event?
Of course I have. Yes, definitely. I've had times where I've been running behind because of me, and I've had times I've been running behind because of other people. So
let's say you're running behind because of, I don't know, you. Because generally, oftentimes we're running behind is because of self.
I'm very rarely running behind because of me. I hate being late. I can't stand it with a passion. All right. If I pull up late, it's gonna be like 3 to 10 minutes late.
You ain't gonna be like Kevin Hart and had a Debra on the road, is you? I ran into the Debra. He was like, man.
Listen, but here's the important thing though. It's really understanding that traffic jams, like you said, are going to happen in our lives. There's no way of getting around it. There's no way of getting around it. There's always other things that are happening at the same time that you're moving down. Like you may be going in a particular direction on the interstate, but somebody ahead of you might end up getting into a car accident, and that might have happened 30 minutes ago. That might have happened 30 minutes ago. Right? And because that happened, now your life is slowed down. What happens to most people? Let's be honest, right? We know it. I've done it. I'm pretty sure you've done it, Tia, and probably everybody in the chat. They hit that that stop, and they like, oh my God, traffic is always crazy. And now they all over, they done messed up, right? Instead of just slowing things down, like and being like, man, I hope everybody okay up there. Like, all right, let me make sure my head don't have all this negative energy in it, because you can make it so much bigger than what it has to be. Life too short for all that. Gerard said it's perspective. That's right, my brother. It's perspective. 110%.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. When you're driving and you hit these traffic jams in life, when you're pursuing your goals, whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are, whatever you're in pursuit of, and you hit a slowdown, it's about your perspective. It's about how are you going to allow that traffic jam, that obstacle, that barrier, whatever it is that you come to, how are you going to let it affect you? Like imagine you're driving down the road, LeVar, and maybe you hit a traffic jam and you look down at your GPS, and your GPS that was telling you the direction you're supposed to go in, it says you're supposed to get there in 35 minutes. Now it says it's going to take you 2 hours. You look over to the right, and you're now 300 yards past the last exit. You can't get off.
I've been there.
Hey,
oh my God.
And you're asking yourself, can I bag down the road so I can get off and try a different route? But the reality of it is you're stuck. You're in the traffic jam. There's nothing you can do but accept the fact that you're in the traffic jam and continue to inch forward.
Continue to inch forward.
Hold on, LeVar. Inch forward. Because see, a traffic jam doesn't make you have to go in reverse. You make that decision. You choose to change your direction, but you can continue to inch forward in the traffic jam.
You just got to keep moving forward. I was actually one of my mentors, Robin Robinson. She was actually telling me about a story years back where there was this crazy thunderstorm that was happening here in Atlanta. And she said she was driving down the interstate. She was going down 75, and she had to be somewhere at a certain time frame, but the rain was coming down so hard that she can barely see in front of us. She slowed down, but she kept going. Because she's like, I gotta get to my appointment. She slowed down, right? That rain caused a traffic jam, right? But she slowed down. At some point, the rain lifted. And when the rain lifted, in the rearview mirror, you can see all of these cars that stopped on the side of the road. They're on the left and the right side of the road. But she was still making pace. right? The question is, are you going to continue going? Are you going to stop like those cars on the side of the road? Now, don't get me wrong, like they might have stopped just for a period of time. But what I'm trying to tell you is that even if you can't see it, even if the vision gets blurry, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So let's use that as an example, because when you look at this, when you hit this traffic jam and maybe you can't see out in front of you, all you can see is red lights. Everything is saying stop. You just see red lights for seems like miles on miles. And you ask yourself, you know, is the destination worth it? And you say, yeah, the destination is worth it. Mm-hmm. Am I going to keep going? You say, yes, I'm going to keep going. But in the back of your head, there's that little voice saying, man, not another traffic jam. What do I do in the meantime in this traffic jam, LeVar? Like, what do I do when I see the red lights and there's nothing I can do? I can't get off the road and I see it. I know I'm gonna have to keep going forward because I got to get to my destination. It's a must that I get to my destination. But why does it seem like I always hit the traffic jams? Why it seems like I can't get off when I need to? What would you tell someone?
Man, I got something better for you, really. First and foremost, I would tell them just to keep going. I mean, and not think that way, really. At the end of the day, your traffic jam is just a little bit extra time for you to learn something more than what you knew. Right. And the more traffic jams you go through, the actual stronger you are. The problem with most people is they do everything in their power not to go through traffic jams. Right, they try to go around it. So I got a quick story for you, and this is true. This is true story that I'm about to tell y'all. I want to say it's about a year ago. This was actually pretty funny. So I am a Google Map using fool. Right now, we weren't Google Map using. We that's another story. Me and T Hutton used to get lost and we weren't lost, but we were doing too much. But anyway, and I had to be somewhere. Google Map told me I need to go a particular direction. So I'm going that direction. All of a sudden, I come into standstill traffic, right? And the traffic is inching, and I see an exit getting ready to come up. And I'm thinking, I'm about to take that exit. I'm taking the exit. I'm about to get off, and I'm going to go around this. All right? I get off the exit. Immediately, my trip went from 30 minutes to an hour. My trip went from 30 minutes to an hour. What I didn't realize is that I was going in the right direction, but I was overthinking it.
Yeah.
I was overthinking it, y'all. T Hutton, how many times you see people overthink it? They get caught up, they see what's getting ready to happen, and all of a sudden they start panicking. And they start making decisions that will actually be worse off than them just saying, all right, let me slow down and let me not overthink this thing and let me just go to course.
Yeah, it is so funny because you always can see that opposite. You can always see that exit. You can always see that detour that you feel like is going to give you an opportunity to get there sooner. In life, there's so many people trying to take the shortcuts. And what they don't realize is what appears to be a shortcut oftentimes puts you further behind.
Mm-hmm.
That shortcut, more than likely than not, is not a shortcut. There's what they say, LeVar, there's no shortcuts to success.
And you got to do your due diligence. See, because even though I saw that exit, T Hutton, I didn't look on the map to see what direction the heck it was about to take me. I didn't look at it. All I knew was I got to get off this interstate. All I knew. I didn't know that it had already been calculated. Yeah. I was going the right way.
The shortest route.
I didn't know that. Right? So more times than not, you got to do your due diligence before you just jump on a shortcut. Because we're not saying that there's not possibilities of things popping up that will actually be better, right? Because we always know plan, do, review, right? Plan it, do it, review. We always know like to continue looking at what's in front of you. But what we're saying is don't overthink it. What we're saying is that sometimes that shortcut, without you doing your due diligence, will actually make your time frame expand instead of decrease.
Facts. And you ever seen that Google map when you look down at it and it says like the route you on, then it says another one, but it says this route takes longer.
Yeah.
Like, man, that just don't make sense. I'm sitting in traffic and it's telling you that it's going to be 15 minutes longer to get out of the traffic. That's like this route is all green.
Yeah.
Right. And that's exactly how it is in life. You might see that exit and it might be all green, everything by all green lights, and then it takes you longer to get there because what it does is it takes you out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen anyone before get out of the way from their, you know what I'm saying, on their path to their success? It's like you're right there, and then you take this veer for some reason. You just veer off. You were right there at starting the business, and then you veered off from it. I remember this, LeVar, you called me about what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and you said, hey, bro, I went for this promotion, I got turned down for it. I went for this promotion, I got turned down for it. I'm starting my own business. Everything is going good, and they offered me the job. They just offered me the job that I got turned down for it twice. What should I do? So you could have stayed in corporate America.
That's right.
But that wasn't the shortest destination. That was just going to be a detour that was going to take you longer to get to where you're at now.
True story. I didn't get turned down for that job before. That was my first time actually going for that particular job. All right. That was my first time actually going for that promotion. But what you're saying is 100% correct. Right. Because now I'm looking at this from a particular perspective, and thank goodness for best friends. Right. Thank goodness for people in your life that are going to be like, yo, bro, like, what is your heart telling you? Like, what do you believe for real is happening? Right. Don't you believe that God sometimes will allow things to happen to see what decision you're going to make? Right. And that decision ultimately led me to saying, let me go ahead and leave corporate America. And it completely changed my life. Right. And I could have stayed. I could have stayed at that position. I could have stayed. Right. I don't know what would have happened, but I can guarantee you it wouldn't look like my life looking right now. Because God made that right. Anyway, go ahead. Jump back in there, T.
I would venture and tell you, I think I know what might have happened.
Say again?
I think I could guess what might have happened.
Go ahead, man. Tell me then.
Because I feel like because of the calling on your life and the person that you are, you came back to that same decision maybe a year later, and you'd had to make the right decision then. Because what happens is oftentimes in life, if we fail a test, guess what? Just like in school, we retake that same test.
Over and over again.
And again, and again, until we pass it.
Preach, man. Preach.
So what happens is this. You would have came back to that same decision, and you would have had to make that decision again. And you would continue to find yourself in that position until you made the right decision. 100%. And then what happens in life is that when we hit some traffic jams and we get off path, we come right back. You ever got off the LeVar? You try to beat traffic, you get off, and they brought you all the way back around to the same spot you was at. Oh, and you came up behind the vehicle. You was like, no, it's 3 cars behind him now, 5 cars back.
100%. I have definitely been in that. And if that sounds like you in the comments, if you passed a decision you knew you were supposed to make, and it put you in a cycle to where it just kept coming back around for you to be able to make certain decisions, right? And even if it's not the same decision, right? Because we know the same opportunity doesn't necessarily always come back around, right? More times than not, it moves to the next person, right? But with that being said, if you feel like you've done that in your life, go ahead and put me in the comments.
Now, I know we're getting close to the end, and I wanted to make a point, something you mentioned earlier. If you're driving down the road and you come up on a traffic jam, oftentimes the first thing we do is we get upset. It's a traffic jam, and we're running behind. Funny thing about running behind is a time that we gave ourselves. We are racing against a shadow of ourselves who worked the perfect life, who has perfect time management, who doesn't have any problems. They never made a misstep in their life. And that's why you feel like you're running behind, because the person that you think you should be makes all the right decisions. Like they don't make any mistakes. So you're running against this perfect person who doesn't exist. So you feel like you're running behind. Here's a news flash. Most of the people that you look at that have achieved ultimate success was running behind in life.
Mm.
Like you look at like people like the dude that founded KFC. That wasn't his first business. Let's be honest. He had already worked a full career before he started that. Like there's so many people who seem like they were running behind and they finally made it.
Mm.
So don't confuse yourself with the fact that because you think there's a perfect method of getting there that you're running behind.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people that put themselves in that position, and we just want to make sure that you're listening to what we're saying to you right now. Your perspective on that traffic jam is everything.
Yeah.
Your perspective on that traffic jam is everything. And if you don't be careful, you'll let the traffic jams in your life cause more harm than help. Cause more harm than anything. And your perspective on those traffic jams can actually do more than just harm you. You can harm the people that are closest to you, business partners, all of the above, right? So we just got to make sure that we're being careful about those traffic jams, the way that we feel about it, that feeling that comes in us. Because sometimes we can be so hurt and bothered. Have you seen somebody be so hurt and so bothered by a traffic jam, so hurt and so bothered by something that happened to them in their life that made them have to slow down, that they pretty much become immobile?
Yeah.
They become stuck. They can't even move forward because they so messed up about being held back. They're so messed up about that situation that just happened.
And it's funny when you look at that, because a lot of times what happens is that not so much of being just immobilized, it's more so along the lines of just astonishment by the traffic jam itself. What's happened to them, and they can't believe it happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you earlier, I said, when we talk about this, I wanted to make sure I bring home the point that most of the time when you come up on a traffic jam that's slowing you down, the thing about that is that oftentimes it's something that happened further up the road from you. You mentioned earlier about the car getting in an accident. Well, if you think your life is going through something because of the car that had an accident ahead of you, imagine what the person in the car that had the accident is going through. Because they were going down their journey of life just like you're headed down yours. They had a destination in mind. And see, your journey might have just been slowed down. The traffic jam just slowed you down. But their journey might have been halted, or even so, it might have came to a catastrophic end. So don't think that the traffic jam is all about you. Because if you look left, look right, look in front of you, and look behind you, you're not the only one in the traffic jam. There's so many other people in the traffic jam with you. The only way you end up in a traffic jam is that you're on the road heading somewhere where everyone else is heading to the same destination or similar destinations. Because there's no traffic jams if you're on the road by yourself. But in life, there's no road by yourself. There's some roads less traveled, but there's still others on those roads. So know this, when you come up on another traffic jam, don't get down on yourself. Don't feel like life is holding you back. You're running behind. Know that that traffic jam is there, like LeVar said, to give you time. Get your bearings. If you're on your way to give a speech, practice your speech in the car. Listen to an audio book. I heard a speaker say one time that statistically, you can listen to enough audiobooks that in the course of 2 years, listening to audiobooks in your car, you could have earned an associate degree. Imagine that. You could get a degree's worth of knowledge by commuting back and forth to work because you're dealing with traffic jams. What are you using that time to do when you're in these traffic jams? Take the time to enjoy those traffic jams. Go ahead, LeVar, close us out.
Man, look, so listen, there's a cleaner. It's a cleaner called 409. All right. So that cleaner, a lot of people fail to realize when you're going through things, things are going to happen. Sometimes the first time at it, it may not work. Right. That cleaner 409 got its name because it took 409 batches to get it right. 409 tries to get it right. When they ran into that first traffic jam, one, they could have stopped. They could have said, we're not going to be able to do that. When they ran into that traffic jam 101, they could have stopped. They could have said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm good. This is too much. They went all the way to 409, right? They knew it was possibility that more was going to come, but they kept going. That's what we have to do in life, right? We got to give ourselves grace, y'all. Be all right with getting it wrong. Be all right with hitting that traffic jam. Be all right with pushing forward when nobody else knows that you're going down a hard road. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. No matter what, keep pushing. I need you guys to put grace in the comments because that's what we're going to need to do. Forgive ourselves for all the craziness, but make sure that we stay in line. Make sure that when we hit those traffic jams, we're going to keep going. We got to be like that Formula 409. Right? No matter whether it's a failure pop up, no matter what happened, we're going to keep going until we get to where we want to go. We're going to keep going until we get to that destination. We're going to keep going until we get what we want in general. What you want is your why. Your babies are what's going to keep you pushing. Your dreams are what's going to keep you pushing. If you push through, you'll get to where you need to go. We appreciate everybody taking the time out their schedule to get on the line with us. We absolutely love our Grow Live Dreamers. Make sure that you go over to growlivedream.com, join the community, reach out to us, guys. If it's anything that you want us to talk about, make sure that you let us know because the goal is simple for us to be able to touch and bless as many people as possible through knowledge, through growing, through living and dreaming, doing it over and over again. That's the cycle that we want. That's the cycle that we're going to keep. Y'all have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll talk to y'all soon. This is Grow Live Dream, and we'll holla at you.